The threat to NATO by Russia and by Moscow's war against Ukraine fundamentally challenges us all. It is important that we close ranks here. And if Hungary clearly stands once again on the side of this Europe, it strengthens us all, strengthens the cause of freedom and peace. Dear Peter Magyar, we are glad when Hungary takes this path. This also includes European policy towards Ukraine. We understand that Budapest wants to clarify bilateral issues first, such as the rights of the Hungarian minority in Ukraine. But this must not come at the expense of European support, and must not deter us from the goal of starting accession negotiations with to formally open the first chapter with Ukraine now as well.
I did not promise the Chancellor that we would always agree on everything, but he knows very well how the European Council operates, and that the functioning in Brussels, the European functioning, is about compromises, and what I can commit to is that we will always be there, even when the compromise is difficult. And if there is a decision in the European Union, then we strive to implement and adhere to it. There will definitely be long debates, but I think this is normal, to negotiate with each other as honest and reliable partners, whether bilaterally or at the European level. I can confirm what the Chancellor said, that negotiations are currently underway at a technical level between Ukraine and Hungary. In Ukraine, regarding the linguistic, cultural, and educational rights of the Hungarian minority living in Ukraine. So far, these negotiations are progressing very promisingly. We hope that they might even conclude at a technical level this week. I can also repeat that I am ready to meet with the Ukrainian President Zelensky, sometime next week if we can indeed reach an agreement on these matters. In fundamental human rights, because as a minority, using your own mother tongue in a kindergarten, in a school, in administration, or asserting your cultural rights, it's not an extra thing. It's a fundamental human right. And we believe that a country that wants to start European Union accession negotiations must adhere to the rights. And I am very optimistic that we will succeed in resolving this disputed area that has been dragging on for more than 10 years with Ukraine. And we are ready to open a new chapter in Ukrainian-Hungarian relations.
Mr. Chancellor, how do you plan to convince your Hungarian guest to resume military support for Ukraine, which has not experienced any changes in this course so far?
We talked about Ukraine. Magyar gave his statement on that. I fully agree with it, especially concerning the first chapter. And with regard to military support for Ukraine, we will now speak with the new Hungarian government. We will not waver in our commitment to Ukraine. And it also shows the impact. And in this respect, the sanctions, just like the military support for Ukraine, are the right instrument to bring this war to an end as quickly as possible.
I would like to clearly reaffirm what you stated in your question. Hungary will not send soldiers or weapons to Ukraine, not even under the new Hungarian government.
I would like to briefly return to your question about the Lebanon issue. The federal government views the recent escalation of violence in the south of the country with great concern. Hezbollah must immediately stop the attacks on Israel and lay down its weapons. The federal government also urges Israel to urgently adhere to the ceasefire agreed upon in April and to protect the civilian population in southern Lebanon. We encourage Israel and Lebanon to continue the path of direct talks they have embarked on.